a little dusty. I don't know if she'll work, but regardless, the faceplate itself is worth like $60, and I got it for free. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's currently about 10:50 on Friday, May 24th, and I'm upset because once again my alarm has let me down. I set it for 8:30 this morning, and it says it went off, but there's no way it went off because it said it rang for 45 minutes with nobody touching it, and I wouldn't sleep through 45 minutes alarm, and my fiance would definitely not sleep through 45 minutes alarm, so I'm it's time to get a new app, I think, because it's now been a few weeks, and if this were to happen on a Saturday, we'd have some real problems, because Saturdays are when I need the real stuff. But we're about to hit our first yard sale, but I figured today, between sprinkling in some yard sale footage and stuff, I could tell you guys about how I got my real start in reselling. Because even though I've only been making videos for a few months now, I've actually been reselling since probably, I think it was my junior year of college, or junior year of high school. So what would that be? Junior year, senior year is 2. 4 years of college is 6. And I've been out of college for 3 years now. So I think what we'll do is we'll sprinkle in some footage of yard sales, and I'll tell you guys about how I got my real start in reselling. And I'm pulling up to the first yard sale now, so let's see what we can find.
Hey, buddy, can you sit here?
I have to steal these back. I took these
No,
from my son's book. I don't want them anyway.
It's stuck all over.
Oh, okay.
Anything else we before we get out of here? Yeah.
So 43.
For my brother?
What's that? I love this.
Car.
What about that puzzle thing you guys were looking at? The puzzle thing you were looking at? 'Cause his brother would like that. Moving on stuff to 40. Yeah, that's the one. What's it make? Oh, that's cool. So it is a puzzle. There are 4 layers. And so they have to figure out. It's kind of fun to do.
Look at these chickies.
Turn it so you can
Look,
get
we
this
made
and
it.
this. Okay, so then it's like, and then there's a red ball in the middle, and so you kind of have to put each layer in a little bit to figure out how to get the next layer in. Oh, she's got those too. All right, there you go. ONLFlips. Nice. 45 it is. All right. All right, thank you. Oh, well, she's a tough. She is a tough. Are you sure you don't want the hangers around?
No. Our church had a big garage sale last month, and I collected the hangers at the end.
So we are 0 for 2 with the first couple sales, but we're about to be 1 for 1 in story time. So, like I said, it was probably my junior or senior year in high school, one of those 2 areas. One afternoon, my dad comes up to me. He had been to yard sales that morning, and he is holding this case filled with 45 records. And it's not just your standard, like, single file 45, like it has 2 rows of 45s. And it's this brown case. And he goes, hey, I bought this at a yard sale this morning. I want to sell it on eBay. If you list everything out in here, I'll split the money with you. And me, being a high school kid that's unemployed, said yes, obviously, because I knew it wouldn't take me super long. I ended up setting up a spreadsheet and like having one row for the artist, song A in another, song B in another, and then the record label, whether it be like Capitol or Motown or whatever. And I spent all afternoon typing this out. And there were probably like 75 to 100 records in there, if I remember right. It's been a long time, I don't remember. And I don't have any pictures of it anymore. So I got it all typed out, threw it up on eBay, and we waited. We let's see what's at the next yard sale. Just picked up this Panasonic SL-SX290 CD player with a Dynex cassette deck for 50 cents. I didn't look it up or anything, but I know people have been selling CD players pretty well from the videos that I've been watching on YouTube, so I figured it's worth a 50-cent shot. Anyway, we will continue our story while I drive to the next one. So we list the records for a 7-day auction. I think we started it at the 20 bucks that he paid, maybe even $1, I don't remember. And we let it sit and let it sit, and after it, we both downloaded the eBay app and we're checking it and like getting notifications and hearing the cha-ching every now and then and stuff like that. And on the Saturday or Sunday that it went off, I was running around with some friends and my phone started going nuts and cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching like every 10 seconds. And it finally sold, and it sold for $300 and some. And I immediately called my dad. I was like, can you believe it? It sold for that much money? And it looks like it's gonna rain. Anyway, and he was shocked, so I continued to run around with my friends. I went home, and my dad, I said, so you owe me 150 bucks. And Dad was like, what if, instead of paying you that $150, hold on, I gotta close my air vent on my car, it's cold in my hand. He said, what if instead of paying you that $150, we took that money and we bought something else with it and put it on eBay? And I said, you know what? I had a great time with that. Let's do it again. So we started going to auctions and stuff like that, and it just kind of took off from there. I basically treated selling on eBay, we called it eBaying, treated it as like a full-time job, especially during the summer, like between years at school, and then especially during the summer months of college. So that was basically what I did instead of work, because I worked one summer at Walmart and it was not worth it. We were going to hit reselling extremely hard. I mean, we were both constantly scrolling through Facebook pages before the marketplace kind of turned into a thing. We're going to yard sales, we're going to auctions about every single Sunday. So yeah, that's basically how we got this start. But there's a lot more to it. Let's check out the next sale. Well, the last few sales have been a little bit of a bust. I did pick up some printer ink at one sale. I did pay $2 for it. I think I can get about 10 for that. And then at another sale you saw, I picked up this Nikon Coolpix S220 camera with its charger and battery and all its accessories and whatnot. And I paid $2 for that as well. And I think I can probably get 20 to 25. I'll probably list it at 25 with free shipping, or 20 with shipping. Probably 25 with free shipping. I think it'll look a bit better. So I promise we're going to continue the story, but we're going to go to a few more sales first because it's looking like it might start raining. So I'm going to try and go fast. The last few yard sales have been quite a bit of a bust. One, I forgot to grab my camera, but he had overpriced his Polaroid and some other Minolta camera. He wanted like 80 bucks for the pair, and it was outrageous. So anyway, the rain looks like it's not coming, so we shall continue the story. So the first time I went to an auction alone, well, I didn't go to it alone. My dad and I went, but we drove separate because we knew he had to leave early to go with my mom to go do something, I don't remember. And I found a few things that I wanted that he couldn't stick around for. So it was the first time I was on my own. So hopefully I find the pictures. I've got them somewhere. If you don't see them on screen, I'm sorry. But I found a radio. I don't remember the brand. It was a modern radio, and I paid $1 for it, and it sold for $100. And this was the one that really got me hooked on it, was this purchase. And to this day, that is the best, not including free stuff or stuff that we paid less than $1 for, because it's too easy. The best dollar to profit ratio was from that radio, because I spent $1 and it turned into $100. Not even, like, for instance, the Beatles Pop Funkos that just sold, I paid $20, it turned into $400, so that means for every dollar I spent, I made $20. So anyway, to this day, still the best dollar to profit ratio, and it's the first thing I ever bought on my own. Later on in the sale, I got a massive box filled with 45 records, a bunch of Elvis, Sun Johnny Cash records. There were some Sun Jerry Lee Lewis records in there. There was a Ring of Fire DJ promotional record in there. A lot of good stuff. And then before leaving the sale, there was some brownie cameras, and this was before like we knew that cameras had some good value and stuff like that. And unfortunately, the auctioneer sold them, and I didn't realize it. He sold the whole shelf of stuff, and I thought he was still picking stuff up off of it. So I asked the lady, I said, "Hey, would you be interested in selling these cameras to me? I didn't realize he sold them." And she said, "Well, you can just have them. I just wanted all the linens and like fabrics and stuff like that." So I got a bunch of free brownie cameras that we just made a killing off of. One of them was red and Bakelite, if I remember right, and it was just the perfect golden like way that I could start an auction or start reselling on my own. So yeah, we're getting close to the next sale, so let's see what they have.
Love not seen far away. It's like a broken dawn. It's time we stay alone. Hold on. Oh, don't take mine. Too far away. Oh, don't take mine. It's here that I've got to stay.
Well, I know when the guy dies, the guy Harry always says that it's real and food when you try to pain. I was like, I bet it's like Cuban. Yeah. Or like Cuban food.
Find of the day right there, the food trucks and some ice cream. So I've got about half an hour. There's still a community sale that's going on like right next to this. I've got about half an hour to be able to hit up as much of that as I can before I have to go home and start getting ready for work. So let's head on over and get as many as we can. Good morning, everybody. It is now Saturday, May 25th. It is 8:10 in the morning. A lot of yard sales in front of us. Rain is supposed to hold off until about 4-ish, which I will be long done by then, hopefully. Right now we're on our way to the bank to get some extra cash, and then we're going to start hitting up sales. So far, it's been a great day. I'm about 20 minutes ahead of schedule. I expected myself to be slow getting out of bed, but I jumped right out of it this morning. The fiance got me a donut, and in the back seat, while I was putting in some bags, I found another bottle of Proactive that I thought I had 12, and whenever I was counting them, I only had 11. And I was like, one's missing, but I found it. It's in the back seat, so luckily I could just add one to my quantity on that listing, and then we are good to go. So on to the bank and then on to sales. So I've been out for about 45 minutes now. I've been to 6 sales, and 3 of them have not existed. So I'm super happy that I woke up an hour earlier to just waste that hour chasing sales that are no longer there. Thanks, yard sale treasure map. Appreciate it. We finally got a win, and at an estate sale. I paid $6 for this entire box. There's a Sony Discman in here that's worth about 20 bucks itself. I could probably get my $6 back out of these sealed cassette tapes, and then I got this box just filled to the brim of old miscellaneous remote controls. Some of them aren't in the best shape, but if it's a rare control, I'm gonna guess that it doesn't matter as long as it works. Like, that's an old one for a VCR or something like that. I paid $2 for this box, so I think I'll do pretty good on it. I didn't look anything up. I just figured I'd ask. VCR Plus, Toshiba, like, they're all name brand stuff. So I think I did pretty well. Let's go on to the next sale.
Like, regular. But yeah, I think we'll probably go with this.
I think he does. Yeah, we're flexible. I mean, it won't take too long to go anyway, so you do you. Whatever you do, get done. Okay. Yeah.
I'm sitting in the chair. You can take a load off.
Take a break.
Take a break.
Nice little shady area.
Yeah. Yeah, right now we've got a couple
How much you have on your PS3?
maybe like 150 for everything. System, games.
Well, guys, it's about 11 o'clock now, and there's just not much going on today. I mean, there's a lot of sales, but they just don't have a lot. I don't know if it's because it's holiday weekend or I am in the Indianapolis area, and tomorrow is the Indy 500, so that might have something to do with it. I don't know, but there's just... I'm pulling up the sales, and they're only having like 2 tables worth of stuff, and it's just nothing. I think since the last time I've spoke to you, I think I've spent $3. I got a couple Under Armour hats, a couple Nintendo Wii like steering wheels, and a Def Leppard record. So not a whole lot going on, but we're gonna trudge. I'm gonna go a little further west than I normally do and see what's over there. It is 11 o'clock now, like I said, so hopefully they still got some good stuff. But I don't know. It's just kind of one of those weekends, I guess. We'll see. Oops. Well... A7. On cue A7. Hello, how are you doing?
Pretty good, how are you?
I'm doing well, doing well.
That's good.
Been busy today?
Not very. I've sold a few things.
Yeah.
Thankfully, some big things. Almost makes it worth the trouble of getting one of these things together.
We got to talking. I forgot to ask. Is the stereo thing on the ground, is that for sale? I can? Alright, you know what? I will take it off of your hands. Thank you.
That'll be a happy time, won't it? Have you met her husband, Eve? Okay. Nick, okay. So Nick was going to have Eve
Hey everybody, it is now Sunday, May, I already forgot the day, 26th, and I'm going to show you everything I got. Well, not everything. I'm just going to kind of do the highlights this time, because there's not a lot of like super great stuff, but there's some stuff here worth mentioning that I got on Friday and Saturday, so let's just jump into it. Paid 50 cents a piece for these women's Under Armour running hats. They're in really good shape considering they're running hats. I figured they'd have like a sweat line in them or something like that, but they don't. They're pretty clean, and they're not going to be the biggest sell. I think I can get maybe $10 a piece for them, but $1 into 20 seems pretty good to me. And if they don't sell individually, eventually I'll just put them together. I paid $4 for these 4 little handheld games. One is Tetris by Radica. This one is Sudoku by Excalibur. This one is Radica Big Screen Solitaire. If this was sealed, it would be fantastic money. And this one is Pocket Slot. Game over. I gotta put batteries in some of them, but I figured if one of them worked, they'd all work. I don't see why not. Overall, I don't really know what to get for them. I think I can get like 15 maybe for this one. I think 10 for Tetris, and I just grabbed the other 2 because, so even if they only sell for like $5, it'll help pay for everything. I paid $4 for everything that I'm about to show you. I got these 2 thermoses. One is for Scooby-Doo and one is for Barbie. I can't find these exact ones on there, but if somebody's got the lunchbox, somebody needs the thermos. So I figured I'd just grab them, kind of as a throw-in for the main thing that I'm going to show you here. I also got this Nikon Coolpix 3200. I didn't look it up or anything, but I got to put batteries in it and test it. Actually, everything I'm going to show you most of the time I need to put batteries in and test. But the main thing I got, so basically I feel like I paid $4 for this and got everything else as a throw-in, is this Minolta 16 spy camera. I need to figure out how to slide it open. Oh, there you go. It just slides open like this, and then your button's right there to take a picture. It clicks. That's nice. Obviously I don't have any film for it, but I've got a case for it, and the owner's manual and a little plastic thing for it. I haven't looked this up. I'm going to do it right now. So anyway, the Minolta 162 is the model number on it. Unfortunately, it only sells for about $10 to $15. So not my best find, but when I found this, it was like $12.30. And I was kind of like, you know what, let's see what we can do stage. So yeah, the Minolta 162. Paid $1 for this Def Leppard Pyromania record. Might keep this. My fiance really likes Def Leppard, and she's always been wanting to buy a record player, so I might let her keep this. But if not, I think it's worth like $10. Paid $1 for a pair of Nintendo Wii wheels. Looks like 2 of them go for about $10 to $15. Paid $2 in an estate sale for this Sony Discman ESP. The model is DE37CK. I gotta put batteries in it and test it, but it looks pretty clean, and it also came with this pair of headphones that are missing like the things. They'll probably end up in the trash. And a couple of Sony AC adapters that I'll probably put with it. This is for Nokia, and it's got wires showing, so that goes in the trash. I didn't look in the bag. I just saw that it said Sony Discman, and I had a bunch of other stuff in my hand, so I went ahead and grabbed it. So $2 for this. I think I can get like 15 to 20. At the same estate sale, I kind of showed you this in the car. I paid $2 and technically 50 cents because I got 2 later for 50 cents I threw in this box. So everything in this box I paid $2.50 for. There are 22 of these remote controls. I got Toshiba, RCA. There's a few of these AT&T ones that light up. I'll probably just lot all those together. And they all light up, so gonna be kind of weird to test, but we'll figure it out. And I don't really know what to get for all of these. I'll probably list them high, see what happens. But if I could get $3 a remote, that's $66. But obviously, I think I'm going to ask a little bit more than that. So, not really sure, but a lot of things to list. A lot of stuff to put in the store. I also got this Michelob Ultra visor for 50 cents. And again, this is probably like another $10 hat like those Under Armour ones. And I paid $2 for this Nikon Coolpix S220. I don't think it's as good as the L series. I'm not real sure. I gotta put batteries in it. Actually, no, I gotta charge it and test it. And I've got the charger in here, an AC adapter, and everything else. So hopefully I can get like $20 for this. At one of the final sales I went to, I paid $8 for this stack of video game guides. There's a couple of these are art books. We got Far Cry 4, Thief, Oblivion. It's not in the greatest shape. It's being held together by electrical tape. This is the art of World of Warcraft for the Mists of Pandaria expansion. This is the art of Diablo 3, Reaper of Souls. The official beginner guide for World of Warcraft. And the really good one out of this is the Dark Souls 2 Collector's Edition guide. So I paid $8 for all of them. And I think whenever I looked them up, if I got what I would ask for them, I think I could get like $70. But I have a feeling a couple of these are going to go to a local resale store just to get back some of my $8 and let the big weights, the big ones kind of carry the weight. So these will also all ship media mail. That's fun. One of the best finds of the weekend is this Dimplex model 47-1010-T remote control and receiver. That is the same model number but with an R at the end of it, so 47-1010-R. The remote itself has been selling for like $45-50. It goes to a like electric fireplace. Obviously, it's still new, it's sealed. There's not many of these on here. The only one I can find of this is paired up with a totally another with another receiver, and they're asking like $100. I think I'm just gonna put them together and ask $59.94 and see if I can get any takers. I have a feeling I'm probably gonna be sitting on this for a while because it's now summer and not many people are gonna be using their electrical fireplaces, but still a really good find for $2. And then the big thing that I got this week, I paid a whopping $3 for. It is the Onkyo model A7 stereo receiver. It's a little dirty, needs a little bit of cleaning, but there's really no nicks, scratches, or marks on it otherwise. All the knobs twist and turn and are snappy and nothing crazy. Unfortunately, it does turn on. I plugged it in and it does turn on. Unfortunately, I don't have a stereo system to hook this amplifier up to. to actually fully test it out with, so I'm going to have to sell it as is for parts, even though it does turn on. One sold for parts that did not power on for $121. And just the faceplate, if I got desperate, I could pull off this front faceplate, and it sold for $45. But the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to list it auction style, started at $100, and if it only sells for $100, I can't complain. I paid nothing for this, and that would be a fantastic find. It's also crazy that I got out at 8 o'clock this morning looking for stuff, and I find this, my best find of the day, and I find it at 12:30. I found the Beatles at 12:30. I need to stop getting up at 8 and going to all my yard sales at 11 o'clock or later. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed coming along to yard sales with me. Next week, I'm going to be yard sailing, and one named Dad's going to be with us. I'm going home for the weekend. Got to go check out some stuff for a potential wedding venue. I didn't list anything. I didn't photograph anything this weekend. I just kind of took a weekend to breathe. It's been rough. I'm also out of free listings, and I am going to open a store, though I don't know what I'm going to name my store. I'm going to do the starter store and get 100 free listings a month, and when I can prove that I use all 100 multiple months in a row, I will upgrade to the basic store, which is $22 a month. So right now I'm just going to do, since I'm part-time, I'm just going to do the $5 a month store and see what happens. I think I listed probably close to 120 things this month, because I did get a random 100 free listings from eBay, and I used 60 of those as well as my 50 free ones. So whatever that maths out to. So anyway, like I said, I appreciate you watching this video and sticking around. Also, before I cancel, you know what, hat's coming off, you're going to deal with kind of awkward hair that isn't put together. I know the footage at yard sales hasn't been great, but I ordered a backpack mount so I can be like Lonnie and ONLFlips and John, the Cincinnati Picker, and actually get in there and show you good footage now. It's on its way. I will have it in action this weekend with my dad. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you all next week. Make sure you click that like button if you enjoyed, and subscribe to get notified in the future. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.